Take a look at this. This is a classical case of caking. I don't really want to touch it right now. Broilers do soil their beddings way too faster and easier than layers. These beddings have not stayed up to 1 week, and it's like this. So today we are going to be removing the beddings of these beds, and I'm going to be telling you 1 or 2 things you need to know about beddings. Hopefully you might learn something new, because the health of the broilers depend on it, and the video is starting right now. The beddings of the broilers are used to prevent them from having direct access with the floor of the poultry house. You know, the floor is always cold, so the bedding serves as an insulator, and it gives the best kind of warmth that they need underneath. The beddings also helps to absorb the water and the fluidy nature of the feces, and also it prevents smell from generating from the poultry and then passing outside. Now, there are different types of beddings that people can use for people operating on deep litter system. We have some people use straws, some people use grass, some people use sand, and there are others, but over here we use wood shavings. These are wood shavings. There are various types of wood shavings. It depends on the furniture guy who shaved it out from the woods. When is it necessary to remove the wood shavings in the poultry? As you can recall, in the earlier part of this video, I showed you a classical case where you need to remove it. When it is soiled, when it has caked together, when you see that the feces of the broilers have made the wood shaving look like it was cemented, at that particular point, you really need to remove the wood shavings. Because if you don't, the wood shaving that was meant to serve a positive function might end up becoming a breeding ground for parasites and bacteria. In layers, you can leave your wood shavings for a very longer time, say 1 month or so. But in broilers, the case is different. I've raised thousands of layers on deep litter system before they got to point of cage and transferred to the cage. And I've raised few broilers in deep litter system actually, but from my observation, the broilers soil their wood shavings easily. For the layers, most times they just break this thing down. The longer they stay, they break it down to dust and powder. So most times over here, we do remove the wood shavings for the layers because we are trying to remove some ectoparasites. And also, since they've broken it down, if they run around, the dust will go up, which is really not good. It might cause respiratory issues for them. So we remove it because the wood shavings have broken down, and also because we are trying to remove the parasites that might be hiding using the wood shaving as a breeding ground, especially the lice. But in broiler case, within a week, they soil it so easily. You know, broilers, their feces is more watery than that of layers, and it's easy for parasites to have access to breed under the wood shavings, especially when it have caked. So where do you get quality wood shavings? Most times you buy it where they sell poultry feed stuff. But over here, we do go to furniture stores. You know, furniture stores, they get plank and then they shave it. I don't know where they shave plank actually, but when they shave it, this what comes out. Some places you get it for free. Over here, they sell it. So we get our wood shavings from furniture, and when we get the wood shavings, we do our own little treatment. Because if you happen not to be there exactly the time they were shaving this from the wood, and you are packing it directly to fill your bag and pay them, most times they pack it, when they shave it, they pack it inside a bag. And when you come, they transfer the shavings from that their bag to your own. Now, that bag does not belong to most of those furniture guys. It belongs to another poultry. So certainly another poultry have given it to them to help them pack wood shaving. Later, they will come and carry it. And to help with the biosecurity issue, there are some certain treatments you have to give to the wood shavings when you bring it to your own farm. For us over here, we do spray it on the sun, because certainly wood shavings that you are getting from wood have a little moisture content. So the essence of we spraying it is to dry it up, and in the process of drying it up, we do disinfect ours. I've seen a poultry that had issue of gomboro. Let me stand up. They had issue of gomboro after changing their wood shaving, and their beds were so little, their biosecurity was strict, but at the end of the day, they had issue of gomboro. No one knows why, but the only suspicion that they had is where they got the wood shaving from, because they got it from a furniture store and it was transferred from someone's back to them. They may be wrong. The Gumboro outbreak may not have been because of the wood shavings they got, but from all inspection and from all investigation, that's the only way that they just concluded it. It's probably from the wood shaving. So after then, what we, the other farmers who witnessed what happened, what we learned from it is to always treat our own. And the way we treat it is just to disinfect it. So this morning I'm going to be removing the wood shavings we have over there for the broilers. Actually, the best time we do this is in the morning when the sun is not yet up, their stress level is still low, and during the process we don't give them feed. Like the last time I came inside here to give them food was around 1 a.m. So the feed is still what they are still crumbling to get something from. Most of the feeders are now empty, but I'm not going to put feed because these broilers, their main function is just to eat and convert that feed to meat. So if you do that when they are stressed, you may be making them lose out in their main purpose. So the best time to remove these wood shavings for us over here is in the morning, and we remove it before we give them food. So any food that they are eating right now is probably the leftover from the one I gave them around 1 a.m. this morning.
A few moments later.
Now take a close look around. I think at this spot I can say the entire broilers here are happy. I'm happy. I know you're happy viewing this. If you have any question, I want you to happily drop it in the comment section. Make sure you happily subscribe to this channel, and then see you in next time.